thing, you know, the first thing that you've got to do is always tell the teacher. That's, I would say, the main message of having an injury, because if they don't know, that they will either come and push it, or they will be wondering why you're altering something. But the minute he or she knows, okay, this dance student has an injury here, so when you adapt something, they're fine. Because if you're doing class, for instance, now you have that problem, you know that when you fully extend your foot or when you releve, it hurts. So there are two things that you're going to do. One is find out where that is, and we've done that now. It looks as though when you actually move, you're rolling. And with the rolling, there's a constant pinching thing going on. Good news. So we found that. Second, we know that when you stretch your foot, it hurts because it's inflamed or irritated or just basically fatigued. So we don't releve and we don't point it. But you can still go to class because you have performances or you have an exam. This is really important because you don't have to stop. That's really, because now, so I know that now my foot is hurting, so a teacher will give me 2 demi, 2 demi, because there's other people in the room, and releve up, and then rolling through. Now you know that you can't do that. The teacher knows that you are injured, so that you will be adapting. So then you would take that exercise and you would go 1, 2, 3. For the other 4, trying to adjust that or trying to do plie with it, play with that. And you will get more points from a teacher's point of view, because that's what a teacher's looking for, or a repetiteur, or a director, or a choreographer. Intelligence. Yeah. You don't need martyrs. Yeah. You don't need, oh, excuse me, teacher, my foot's killing me, but it's okay. And then you see them. Yeah. It's not really the kind of horse that you need, because it's going to break. Yeah. So you would invest in somebody, because everybody knows injury is part of their life. So then they would see you, so you would then go, if I told you that you have demi-plie and the rest of the class are releve, and then from the releve, reverse the plie releve and up. So just say that that's the scenario, so you have, and the whole class has up, up, and you have 2 demi, 2 demi, okay class, everybody releve, and you 5 and 6, and reverse that releve and down and finish. Exactly tendu and exactly the same. And that's really, you get a lot of points for that from a teacher's point of view, because we all live with injury all the time. Then the next thing you would do is, okay, so you know inflection of the calf, so that means actually in our language to stretch the foot. You would have, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is nothing wrong in going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're working the same muscles, you're working evenly, you're in the class, which is very important, because more and more they find out that if you're injured, don't stay at home. Come to the class. I know it's boring sometimes to watch a class, but use a terry band, or do the class to your best ability. Teacher knows you're injured, so this side, I'm still working many other things, I'm part of the group, and I'm not irritating my injury. Yeah, so just try that, just work really intelligently. 7, 8, so your good leg is working, your good leg is working, you're working other things, you're working other things, and to the back, and you're working. This is very good, important message for anybody with an injury. You find innovative way, exactly. Because you could have a performance, you know, tomorrow, and you want to do it, it's your chance, you have a big solo, and you don't want to just because of this. It's better to take take a painkiller or something and I'll go through it. But still, you can, okay, I have a performance tomorrow, but I've got to rest it, because rest is so important. But you have to continue because you want to stay in your balance, you want to stay in form, you want to convince the director or the choreographer that you can do it. So you're doing the class with them, and there you are, adapting your class to your condition, let's say. Yeah, and that goes through the whole book. Yeah, that goes through the whole book. Now, if you were to do fondue, inside leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, passe, down, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, passe. You know, what's the difference in that and that? The big difference will be if you're doing up and then you're pointing and it's hurting you. That's the difference. Yeah. So exactly. So if you flex that, you're working everything else. You're just not extending the foot. Exactly. And that's the same with the turn. So it's obvious that your leg, if you were to do a pirouette from 5th, is going to hurt you. You can also, there is a lot of value. They're turning, you're finding your balance, your stability. Yeah. So you simulate the same exercise, and you're with them. You're in the class. You're working, and then, you know, if you do have to jump in the morning for the performance, you continue to work the muscles, you continue to find the release in the ankles, and you continue to be part of the class. So you can simulate also jumps. I know it is very easy to say, but it's much better than going into a class and you're in pain, you have a performance tomorrow, and you start jumping. Because again, what happens is that on the long run, it will come back. So many times dancers have an injury. Let's say they sprain their ankle. The first thing they do obviously is ice and rest and elevation. They call it RICE, which is rest, ice, compression and elevation. They're of course very important things. The rest is important, the compression straight away because of the swelling. But then what happens, so many people come back too early. Yeah, because they want, but they can come back and they can work and they can continue to get themselves on their legs, prepare themselves, be part of the team without aggravating it, and then to do extra exercises. For instance, a very good one, and this is also good for point, if you could please, for me, put yourself, so that's it, put your heel in half of it, that's right, and then parallel. Now if you come a little bit more to your left, so there's to your left, that's right. Now slowly releve, and you feel a nice pull here. Obviously the knee is straight, the back the same as it always is, and there is a resistance going on here. That's right, and down. I hope I'm not aggravating this one too much. There. So you're finding constantly ways to exercise. This is also very good for point work. That's it. Okay, let's not do too many of those because of aggravation. Then, okay, thank you. Let's take that off. Then there are millions of other things that you can do when everybody else is jumping. Let's, you know, our adductors, the muscles in the inside, you can do it parallel. Yeah, you're part of the class. If you're a student or a professional and a director is watching, they know you're injured. The class is going on and there you are at the bar working on something else without stressing or aggravating the injury. I mean, 4 points. Yeah, 4 points. So it's very important that you become inventive with an injury. It's as I say, I call it the traffic light system. If it's a green, you know, like you feel it's something, but it's not too much pain, it's a green light pain, you're just aware of it, and you just have to be careful. And amber, like this, is finding ways to adapt, and obviously your red is stop, sit down, push-ups, be part of the class. Now, then of course, let's because I'm working with you, we have a limited time on the first act solo from Giselle. I can work on it very, very easily. I'm going to now simulate a way for us to work on Giselle. I'm going to get you a chair. Come and sit down for me. Sit like this. So your legs are classically orientated. Now I do this actually with people that aren't injured, because a role like Giselle, if you think about her, she's an innocent girl. She comes from a small little village in the woods. She's a dreamer. She has a small problem with her heart, but she's generally a lovely lady, and she sees all good in the world. So the top is so important. So you don't need to work your legs, you know. If you sit down. Now, if you sit down, and if you just gave to me, yeah, port de bras, and then open, and then the same the other side. Okay, that's right. Now, now start to think of Giselle. Exactly. So, there are so many things, exactly. So, we have so many things we work on. First, let's say the direction of the stage. So this is point 8, point 2, this is point 8, this is point 1. Think of those points and do exactly the same exercise. So you're facing point 2, 1, point 8, 1, point. Exactly. Exactly. So that's the wonderful thing about ballet. There are so many ways you can work this. So when you come to me today and you say, "Oh, Maestro, I have an injury, we can't work." Not that you said that, because you want to work. It matters. Well, it's a shame you're injured. There's millions of things. If you were to do the first, can you try to simulate the first part of the solo from the first act? What would that be? Da, 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 wa, da, da, one, da, da, da. Okay, so if we just take that, we have millions of things to correct, yeah? This, the direction, the eyes. Can you draw? Just imagine that you're doing that and you're creating one continuous line like you would if the lights were off and you had a torch. Now try to make a continuous line for me. Let me follow the line. There's one line, there's another line, and there's another line, and then there's another line, and there's another line, and there's another line, and there's another line, and there's another, exactly. Okay, very nice. Now imagine all that energy, can you show me the first one? So, and it goes out, and it continues, down, it rolls through, and it goes out, out, down, out, one, exactly. So, I mean, why Giselle?
Yeah, because I love the ballet.
Why do you love the ballet?
Because there are so many aspects in it. You have love, you have hope, you have...
Yeah, you have love, you have hope, you have despair, sadness, jealousy, snobbery with the royal family, and this class thing. I mean, there's a million things, and that's exactly Giselle's job. Yeah, you have to interpret all that. You have innocent, you've been deceived, you are working class, you are not healthy, you are romantic, and all those things together have actually put this poor girl in a scenario where actually she dies. But still, because of her romance and her faithfulness and her idealism, that's it, she saves him. Yeah. So that must begin at the beginning. That must begin at the beginning. Yeah. Just show me what you just said in the first bit. All those stories. And you go. Down. Go. Okay, and go. Stories. Exactly. Right. So what you're doing also, without realizing it or realizing it, you are continuing and bringing sense. So you're not actually giving completely. You're giving because you're giving a story, but actually the public are going to always be hungry for more, because you're not going, there you go, there you go, there you go. It's continuous, so they will leave hungry. Yeah. What happens after that? Where do we go after that? After this and this and here.
Then we have to feel like
yeah. Down, yeah. Okay. So after the pillar, yeah. Extend that. Yeah, exactly. Again, she gets deceived because she's so open. Yeah, so really open that. Yeah, exactly. Open. Now, just as an experiment, I'm going to put the music on and see what you can do. Yeah, you know the whole variation, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah? Or we do the first half.
Yeah, we work first.
Yeah, let's work on the first half. See how much you can move. That's hard, huh?
Yeah, it's really hard.
And it's hard. It's really hard because what's happening is I'm restricting you to actually cover it up.
Yeah.
So you have to be super honest. And what's happening now, I can really work with you on your direction, on your energy throwing, on keeping something. I mean, the choreographer will choreograph thinking about the libretto. So there is that. So she's ready to dive basically into love, let's say, if I exaggerate it, you know, so and she goes, and then everything is new, so it's, yeah, I mean, it's fascinating and simple because it's very human. Yeah, let's just try again. Let's try again. Better. Mood change. Yep. Exactly. Directions, musicality. Nice, this was good. Okay, this is very difficult to simulate now. Yeah? So that's the message of the day, basically. Nothing can hold you back because ballet is a lifestyle, and because I know you love it, I know you want to be good, I know you. And so the message is that this injury, this is, obviously it's not a gift, but it can become a gift. And that's so important because you will live with those for the rest of your life, yeah? Unfortunately, because of the pushing and the day-to-day demands of ballet. Yeah? As a dancer, as a teacher, I think actually as a teacher I probably had more injuries than I did when I was a dancer, because I'm demonstrating, I'm not warm, I'm showing more one side. But again, this is actually helping me to help you, because I'm realizing more and more that the older I get, how important it is to stabilize the right architectural position. So as a teacher, they have a very big responsibility where they get a bit tied up, not everybody of course, but a lot of people, in the aesthetic. And then that poor child or dancer is actually sacrificing a lot of disbalance in their architecture. Yeah. So it's really important that we take this message, you know. This is an injury, I'm going to find out what I can do with it, I'm going to continue to work, and like now, we're doing the rehearsal of Giselle, we haven't lost time. In fact, I've just found out that we can move you a lot more, and that's what we will do when we rehearse. Again, we will just take that further, and take it a little bit step by step by step by step.